Lulu and the Unforgettable Summer. It was an incredibly hot day in the Enchanted Kingdom, where Lulu, a beautiful and playful little mutt, lived. He had thick, fluffy white fur with black spots, one of them right around one of his little eyes. All that fur made him feel very stuffy. He just wanted to find a nice cool shade when he tripped over something on the ground, took a big tumble, and rolled along the sidewalk. As he stood up, he noticed a strange, shiny, and long object lying there. It looked like a little piece of wood. He got closer, thinking he had found a stick to chew on, when he realized it was a magic wand. Whose wand could this be? He looked around, but the street was deserted. With that heat, everyone was surely swimming in the river or at the pool. Curious, he started wondering what the wand could do, and oh, he had a brilliant idea. I wonder if I can make this work and make all this heat disappear. With a mischievous smile, Lulu waved the wand and said, "I wish for air conditioning." Suddenly, a big air conditioner appeared right in front of him, blowing a cool and pleasant breeze. Lulu was amazed. How could that thing work without being plugged into anything? He wondered, but since he loved it, he kept waving the wand and creating a bunch of air conditioners everywhere. All around, the residents were surprised to see the machines appearing out of nowhere. Castles, forests, lakes, and even the tops of mountains, no place was safe from Lulu's magical air conditioners. And with that unbearable heat, no one complained at all. In his excitement, Lulu took a while to notice that every time he created a new air conditioner, holes would appear in the ground nearby, and Lulu had made so many air conditioners that there were holes scattered all over the kingdom's ground. Some holes were tiny. People would trip over them, get a little upset, but soon forget. Others were much bigger and started causing real trouble. Several people ended up falling into them. Not even the royal carriage was spared. In the blink of an eye, it fell into a hole, leaving Princess Lia very frightened. With help from the people on the street, the princess managed to climb out of the hole. Her beautiful golden dress was all dirty, and her hair was a mess. She didn't understand a thing. Why was all this happening? First, air conditioners popped up all over the kingdom, and now there were holes of all sizes everywhere. "Does anyone know what's going on here?" she asked. By coincidence, Lulu had witnessed everything and was now looking worriedly at the princess. Upon hearing her question, he spoke up, very embarrassed. "Princess, it's all my fault." The princess looked at him, very surprised. How could such a cute little dog be responsible for all the craziness happening in the kingdom? Then Lulu told her everything that had happened after he found the magic wand. "You see, princess, it was so hot, so hot. I thought we could all use a bit of cool breeze," said the little dog. "I just didn't understand why the city ended up full of holes." Princess Lia smiled. He had been really sweet, trying to help everyone feel better, but he ended up messing with something he didn't know how to use and caused all that trouble in the kingdom. She thought a little more and then said, "I got it. Let's find the fairy godmother. She'll know what to do. You're coming with me, okay?" The little dog gave a big smile. After all the trouble he had caused, instead of scolding him, the princess was going to help him fix the whole mess. Overjoyed, Lulu followed the princess to the castle. People on the street watched in surprise as the princess, dressed dirty and hair messy, walked by chatting with a cute little mutt. When they arrived at the castle, they almost didn't let the princess in. The guards couldn't believe their eyes when they saw the princess in that state. Once the main gate was opened, Princess Lia ran straight to a beautiful garden at the back of the castle, full of giant, fragrant flowers and butterflies fluttering everywhere. Lulu, right behind her, was loving it all. He sniffed one of the giant flowers, stuck his nose deep inside it, and let out the biggest sneeze. The princess looked at him and smiled. "Come on, it's just over there." She ran toward a colorful, glowing house perched high in a giant tree. Stopping beside the tree, she shouted, "Fairy godmother, where are you? I need your help." But no one answered. Suddenly, they heard the sound of water and a distant voice. "I'm here," said the fairy godmother. The princess looked around and ran toward the voice, Behind the giant tree, she found a small lake she didn't remember ever seeing before. Floating on a round, inflatable ring that bobbed gently back and forth, the fairy godmother was lying back happily, holding a glass of grape juice. The princess told the fairy godmother everything that had happened. Lulu sat quietly by her side, once again feeling very embarrassed for having used the wand. The fairy looked closely at him. "Well, aren't you just the cutest, Lulu? Now you can give me my wand back, okay? I'm glad it was you who found it." Lulu looked at the fairy in surprise and handed the wand back. The fairy gave it a twirl and plim! The lake she was in disappeared, and so did all the holes in the kingdom's ground. That's when the princess understood. That lake was actually one of Lulu's holes. The fairy must have filled it with water just to enjoy a swim in it. As if nothing major had happened, the fairy explained, "Look, Lulu, your idea of using air conditioning to beat the heat was great. But here's the thing. Those air conditioners use a lot of energy, you know? So your magic was incomplete. You needed to say where the energy would come from to power them. Since you didn't, it came from the ground, and that's what caused all those holes. But don't worry, I've already fixed it. Now they'll run on solar energy. All sorted out." At the end of the day, Lulu learned that magic isn't a toy. You have to be careful, because it can have serious consequences. Still, he thought, thank goodness everything turned out fine, even after all the trouble. That hot summer became one of the most told stories in the kingdom, and everyone would always remember the day the heat was defeated by little Lulu's magical air conditioners. The end.